CBS3 Live at 5 weekdays after Jeopardy.
Tonight, being prepared as tensions rise across the nation leading up to the inauguration. We're looking at the safety measures in place here at home.
And how a new pilot program could foster mass vaccination sites across Minnesota.
And protesting pipelines, how a local group is voicing concerns about Line 3.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us tonight. Public safety is at top of mind across the nation and the Northland ahead of Wednesday's presidential inauguration.
After the insurrection on January 6th at the United States Capitol, the FBI has warned communities to be prepared. CBS 3's John Cardinelli spoke with Superior Mayor Jim Payne today about how the city is preparing. John, what did he have to say?
Chris and Tony, at this point, there is no significant concern for the city of Superior come Wednesday. However, should things get out of hand, Mayor Payne says there is a plan in place to make sure everyone stays safe. Payne could not disclose that plan to us. He said the city started devising a plan after the insurrection at the U.S. Capitol on January 6. Payne had a meeting with police recently to try and identify any serious risk to the community. He says at this point, the department has not been able to identify any threat to the public. Mayor Payne says Inauguration Day is supposed to be a peaceful day to celebrate a transition of power, and no matter how you feel about it, it is something to celebrate.
This is a very big day for supporters of President-elect Biden, and it's going to be a pretty depressing day for supporters of President Trump. That said, we're going to have another inauguration in 4 years, and so for the people that are upset and not looking forward to this administration, time to get to work, organizing, affecting your congressional and senatorial elections.
Mayor Payne also said at this point he has not heard of any local rallies or protests besides for the virtual ones on Wednesday. Now, we did reach out to the city of Duluth for an interview. They declined our request. However, they did send us a statement saying that they are working with local and state authorities to make sure there's a plan in place so everyone stays safe on Wednesday.
John Cardinelli in Superior for us tonight. Thanks, John.
Meanwhile, soldiers from the National Guard will be among the thousands protecting the Capitol ahead of this week's inauguration. About 850 members of the Minnesota National Guard will be among 25,000 from across the country. Before this year, states rotated sending National Guard soldiers to inaugurations. Fewer than 10 from Minnesota were at President Donald Trump's swearing-in. The FBI is vetting all of the National Guard troops coming. U.S. defense officials say they are worried about an insider attack or other threats from service members.
Minnesota 8th District Congressman Pete Stauber is facing backlash tonight after a leaked letter revealed his opposition to the Interior Secretary nominee. President-elect Joe Biden nominated New Mexico Congresswoman Deb Haaland to the role. She would be the first Native American ever in a presidential cabinet. In a draft letter leaked to NBC News, Stauber asked lawmakers to join him in calling on Biden to withdraw Haaland's nomination. He cites her support of the Green New Deal and her opposition to mining and drilling. Now, the 5 tribes in Stauber's 8th district are calling him out. They say it was a slap in the face and accuse him of appeasing big industrial interests. A spokesperson for Representative Stauber says the letter has not been sent yet. They say it's focused on what they called Haaland's anti-jobs and anti-mining record, which could harm the region's economy. They say Stauber will continue working with tribal communities and will hear them out on this issue. Stauber sits on the House Subcommittee on Indigenous Peoples.
Protesters set up camp next to the Line 3 construction project in Cloquet today. Enbridge got to work replacing the line about a month and a half ago, immediately after getting the final state permits from the state. Now, about 24 protesters say they hope to slow that down by trespassing during construction, specifically where the line runs through the Fond du Lac Reservation. The founder of the camp, which is located right on the construction route, says they oppose the project's potential environmental impacts. They say they're in it for the long haul.
Even though Fond du Lac gave approvals for the Enbridge Line 3 replacement project, Leech Lake, White Earth, and Honor the Earth currently have pending court cases, and they want their day in court. And so we're out here putting our bodies on the line to try and slow the spread of Tim Walz's pandemic pipeline so that they do get that day in court.
The founder says she hopes their efforts will mirror what happened at Standing Rock and when hundreds camped to protest the Dakota Access Pipeline. We did reach out to Enbridge as well, Cloquet Police, for comment, but they did not get back to us before showtime. Enbridge has said the decades-old pipeline needs replacing, and this project is putting 4,000 people to work. The pipeline will carry oil from Canada to Superior. Let's get a quick look at the weather now with Dave. Dave's certainly feeling a lot more like winter out there today.
Yeah, the 2-week-long warm spell has wafted away, and now a cool spell is coming to call for about a day or so. Taking a look at this morning's temperatures, we started off in the single digits in northern Minnesota, 5 in the Hibbing-Chisholm area, for example, but the cool down didn't quite cross into Wisconsin or the UP, at least early this morning, where temperatures stayed in the teens. But it's coming tonight. Cooler air crossing the border from Canada will send temperatures down below zero for a few northern Minnesota towns and even drop temps for Wisconsin and Michigan this time around, and perhaps even trigger some lake effect snow flurries for the South Shore. Then once we get into Wednesday, well, warmer air working up with a warm front will make it mild again and kick up a region-wide chance for flurries, not just for the South Shore. Buying up our quick short-term forecast here tomorrow, should be at least partly sunny, perhaps on the Minnesota side of life, with a high temp of only 10 above zero here in the Twin Ports. Could be colder for inland Minnesota. We'll talk about how low things could go coming up in just a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. After leveling out for a short period of time, COVID case numbers are on the rise again in Minnesota. The state reported nearly 1,400 new cases yesterday, bringing the state total to more than 446,000 cases. 40 more people died from the virus. The death toll now stands close to 6,000. Minnesota ranks 22nd in the nation overall for the number of people who've died.
Mountain Iron will be one of 9 new COVID-19 vaccination locations opening in Minnesota this week. Governor Tim Walz made that announcement today. It's part of a pilot program that he hopes will be the foundation for mass vaccination clinics in Minnesota in the future. For now, they will be used to vaccinate the next round of residents starting tomorrow. That includes adults over the age of 65, pre-K through 12th grade teachers, school staff, and child care workers. The news comes after the Democratic governor criticized the federal government for uncertainty over the supply of doses.
We're going to need more from the federal government, and I'm confident that in the coming days we'll start to see a change. We need not only more doses, we need clear and factual guidance around those doses. Pfizer has a recent announcement that currently have millions of doses on hand, and they just need them to be purchased and sent to the state.
Walz's office said they're not sharing exact addresses right now, but anyone who registers will be given the details ahead of time. We have a link to that on our website. And with that announcement today, we're learning the Duluth School District will receive 32 vaccine doses. No word yet when or who they will be administered to.
All but 2 of the 19 COVID deaths reported in Wisconsin today were located in Milwaukee County. Today's update brings the state's total number of deaths since the start of the pandemic to 5,470. That's the 23rd highest in the country. Nearly 1,100 confirmed cases were reported today. The state now has nearly 523,000 total confirmed cases.
Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers is calling for more doses of the COVID vaccine and asking people to be patient in the meantime. The Democrat toured a Green Bay vaccine clinic. Right now, the state is vaccinating people in Phase 1A, which includes frontline healthcare workers and nursing facility staff and residents. The state also planned to start vaccinating police and firefighters today. But Evers says any groups beyond that should be prepared to wait unless the federal government steps up.
I believe the Biden administration understands the importance of this. We will get the vaccines that we need, and in order for Prevea and the people of Northeast Wisconsin to be vaccinated, we need the federal government to make sure they stand up and get the vaccine that we need.
Prevea Health operates this clinic, and when it's fully up to speed, they expect to be able to vaccinate 10,000 people each week.
Members of the Duluth community joined in on celebrating Martin Luther King Jr. Day by attending a rally virtually. The rally was put on by the Duluth branch of the NAACP. The theme for this year is Our Rising Voices, a call for bold social action. It's centered around Dr. King's final book published after his death in 1968 titled Where Do We Go From Here? Chaos or Community? Duluth leaders shared what the day means for them and explained how they're making sure black voices are heard. City Councilor Janet Kennedy pointed to the city's new African American Heritage Commission as an example.
They are charged with being able to act as a guide in development of policies, practices, and procedures, and even services for the African heritage people.
Duluth City Council President Renee Van Nett and former Council President Gary Anderson also serve on the commission.
We also heard from Duluth's human rights officer about the significance of today's message. He told us MLK Day is a time of reflection, but it's also a reminder, especially this year, that we all need to come together to find a path forward.
It's up to us to design the blueprint on how we move forward. It's important that we keep those words ringing in our ear, how eloquently Dr. King spoke to us about what does it mean to have a beloved community to come together.
Duluth's Human Rights Office was established 20 years ago to make sure city services are available to everyone without discrimination.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, find out how racial equality is being upheld in the Superior School District next.
Record low temp today, 33 below from 1994. Tomorrow morning could be as brisk as 10 below up north, but at least it won't be that cold. How long will the chill last? I'll talk about it coming up after our break.
For coverage that matters most to you, tune to CBS 3.
The modern farmhouse look is here to stay, and we have it for less at Slumberland Furniture. Use a beige or light gray sofa as your base to build on. Add home-style pillows and unique farmhouse accessories. Get your current look for less at Slumberland Furniture.
Jim Pearl Construction has been awarded the title of Authorized Replacement Contractor by the Marvin Window and Door Company. This entitles us to give better pricing and longer warranties on Marvin's high-quality windows and doors. We are the only authorized replacement contractor in the Northland. This caps off our 49 years of being your professional, dependable, and honest home improvement contractor. Please call us for any of your home improvement needs.
Have you been thinking about selling your home? If you've been putting off some of those interior projects, now is the perfect time to start setting goals for yourself before the busy spring selling season. Visit yournorthlandhome.com for a list of ideas on what to organize, clean, or upgrade in order to get the biggest bang for your buck. Ready to sell now? Don't wait till spring. Inventory is still low and homes are selling fast. Call to schedule a private consultation with the JS Realty team.
I started with a chest cold, and I was having a hard time breathing. I think they knew without a definitive diagnosis right away what was wrong with me. I remember the doctors coming to tell me they're going to take me to the ICU. I was beyond frightened.
I headed uptown, I gave my blood, and sort of walked away, not really thinking in the end who was getting it and what the end result would be.
I know she did not know when she went to donate convalescent plasma that she was going to save a life that day, but she did. She saved my life. If she did not make that donation, I don't know if I would be sitting here talking to you right now. Abby's a hero.
The hero comments are not something that I really feel that comfortable with, but my plasma did save someone's life.
Contact your local blood center. It's simple, it's easy, and someone right now is waiting for you to save their life.
Incredible savings on mattresses during the January mattress sale at Slumberland Furniture. Start your year off with a great night's sleep. Get a Sealy Memory Foam Queen mattress for $349. Comes conveniently in a box. The January mattress sale at Slumberland.
3, 2, 1. Open for business. You're doing it! I'm doing it!
I know Gina from high school, and she's donating a kidney.
I'm a giver.
Big smiles. Not the pageant one, Jill, the real one.
I'm more jazzed than I thought I'd be, and that was pretty jazzed.
The comedy starts at 8/7 Central, new Thursdays on CBS.
When severe weather hits, tune to CBS 3 for up-to-date coverage morning and night.
Join us weeknights for Live at 5 as we go around the Northland, city by city.
Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
After a cloudy spell and a warm spell as well that lasted just about 2 weeks, temperatures started to go down today and the sky started to clear up at least a little bit. So this picture comes in from our dear friend Roger Reinert. He was up near Silver Bay on the hiking trail, took this picture of Bean and Bear Lake there, and you can see in the sky a little bit of cloud, a little bit of blue. That may hold true through tomorrow, with temperatures cooler than normal for a change. Although there is an exception, of course. On the south shore of Lake Superior, a little bit of lake aggravation could make some lake effect snow that could add up to an inch or two there through tomorrow. Otherwise on the drier side, but not right now on the south shore. We're taking a live look at what's going on in Ashland. They are getting that lake effect coming down there, so road conditions in that part of the world are a little bit less than the rest of our region, so do drive cautiously overnight in the South Shore. Now, let's shift gears just a touch and look at the current conditions from Duluth International, where it's 12 above and a northwest wind's going 15 miles per hour, along with a pressure reading of 30.02 inches of mercury. Temperature-wise, right now, Ashland's at 17, and it's running the range of 15 to 18 in the Upper Peninsula. The rest of the Wisconsin is going as cool as 16 in Superior to as warm as 19 in Hayward. And Minnesota numbers are warmer towards east central Minnesota, from Cloquet towards Moose Lake, with, of course, Barnum in between. Well, not so bad, 12 to 16, 10 straight up for much of the North Shore, and already dropping into the single digits for the Vermilion Range and the Mesabi Range here. Border country only 4 above. Low temps inland here could go towards 10 below tomorrow morning, with the rest of the area here going about 0 to perhaps 8 above. So a cool down is coming. That'll last for Tuesday, and maybe only Tuesday before we take a bit of a break. Doppler map right now shows some of that lake effect is happening on the South Shore, and there's even been a few flurries here in northern Minnesota as well today. What we've got going on, though, is cooler air coming in from Canada, only slightly higher pressure than normal, so not high enough to chase away all the clouds, cooling us down through Tuesday, but perhaps only Tuesday, as I mentioned, because by Wednesday our next low comes to call, leading with a warmer front, increases the clouds once again, kicks out a 30% chance for some flurries. Warmer than normal temperatures back for Wednesday, may last through Thursday, but once we get towards Friday and Saturday, another Arctic chill down comes, and I'll show you how low those temps will go with our 7-day forecast. Tonight in Minnesota could go as low as 10 below for International Falls, and maybe as warm as 2 above for Park Point here in Duluth. And then into Wisconsin and Michigan, low temps there, 0 to 8 above, with South Shore lake effect snow already happening and could continue. For tomorrow, Wisconsin, Michigan, high temps, only lower teens. South Shore lake effect lasts through a good portion of the day. Minnesota gets a partly sunny sky with highs 8 inland, 15 by the lake, and with the extended forecast, we go up, we go down. Down on Tuesday, up on Wednesday, 30% chance of flurries then back down to 10 on Friday, 5 below Saturday morning. Snow chance hits on Sunday, Tony, which may be the best one of the week. The 30% shot on Wednesday may only be a trace, but we may get an inch or two for snow fans come Sunday.
Thanks, Dave. Around the country, people are honoring the life and work of Martin Luther King Jr. in his fight for equal rights.
At the same time, the Superior School District is sharing its path toward racial equity in the district. CBS3's Emma Quinn spoke with Superior School officials on their efforts.
The Superior School District has worked on a strategic plan for several years now, setting new goals and missions for students and families in their district. But after the death of George Floyd, racial equity became their top priority. Superior School Superintendent Amy Starzecki says in the fall, a leadership team made up of teachers, parents, administrators, and community members looked at the district's data to see how certain groups of students were performing when it came to attendance, discipline, and overall achievement. Starzecki said, according to the data, African American and Native American students were behind compared to their white peers. The district is using this information to create new goals and learn how to better serve all their students.
You know, as a mom and as an educator, I continuously try to think about how can we do better for our kids, you know, make sure all of our students are prepared for whatever they want to do after high school and they all walk across that stage.
The Superior School Board adopted the official Racial Education Equity Strategic Plan at last week's meeting. Starzecki says they will also look at data on how this pandemic impacted different groups of students when they start planning the spring semester and the 2021-2022 school year.
Thanks, Emma. Starzecki says the district is holding professional development for staff and faculty and is continuing to review the data.
Still ahead in sports, history is made over the weekend in prep girls basketball. Ryan Campo is in next with sports.
Arctic Cat snowmobile sale happening now at RJ Sport & Cycle.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Menards has the products you need to help keep your home safe. From smoke and carbon monoxide alarms to fire extinguishers and more, Kidde home safety products keep your family protected in case of emergencies. This battery-operated combination smoke and carbon monoxide alarm features a voice alert that identifies the hazard. It's just $19.99. Save on Kidde home safety products and everything else. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Hi, I'm Steve Little, owner of Your Home Improvement Company. 2020 was an unbelievable year for all of us. As a family-owned and operated business, we have been doing our best to stay focused on you this past year with our zero interest and zero payments until 2022 program. Thank you for allowing us to assist you in updating your most lived-in asset during this difficult time, your home. From all of us at Your Home Improvement Company, Bath Planet, and my family to yours, have a healthy, happy, and safe new year.
Don't settle with the insurance company until you've talked with Schwabel, Getz & Sieben.
As a single parent, I was really overwhelmed with everything about the situation. And Schwabel, Getz & Sieben not only helped me take care of the immediate needs, but also helped me plan for my son's future. I would recommend Schwabel, Getz & Sieben to everyone. They listened to me, and I knew that I could trust them.
Schwabel, Getz & Sieben will fight to get you a fair settlement. Call or visit Schwabel.com today for a free consultation.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northland still to this day. From environmental issues to economics and so much more. Join me, Kristen Bakke, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining, a fair and unbiased report that answers the tough questions surrounding the world of mining.
Eye on Mining with Kristen Bakke. Tuesdays at 10 only on live local CBS 3. Brought to you by Iron Mining Association.
Three, two, one, open for business. You're doing it! I'm doing it!
I know Gina from high school, and she's donating a kidney.
I'm a giver.
Big smiles. Not the pageant one, Jill, the real one. I'm more jazzed than I thought I'd be, and that was pretty jazzed.
The comedy starts at 8/7 Central, new Thursdays on CBS.
For coverage that matters most to you, tune to CBS 3.
It was a historic weekend for senior forward Ellie Schmitz of the Hermantown Hawks girls basketball team as she scored .1000 in her prep basketball career. And there it is right there, career .1000 for the Hermantown Hawk. Going into the game, she would need 24 to reach the feat, but wound up dropping 29 points Saturday afternoon against Cloquet. But Schmitz isn't done yet. She still has a lot of goals to accomplish this season.
I was just really happy because it's been one of my goals for a long time, and same with like making it to state, and we want to make it to state again this year. That's another one of our goals.
And Schmidt says having the small amount of fans in the stands definitely made that moment that much better.
It was really nice, like having my parents and a lot of the other parents made signs too, and that was really nice of all of them.
The Hawks are back in action Thursday when they travel to Duluth East. Staying on the hardwood, the Timberwolves on early down in Atlanta on this MLK Day. The Hawks adding a nice touch to their court for this holiday this afternoon. Minnesota had their hands full with this guy. All three of those, Trae Young being Trae Young. Hawks by 7 at the half. Karl Anthony Towns, of course, still out after testing positive for COVID-19, so it's up to D'Angelo Russell to headman the offense. He had 31 on 6 threes, but they could never get back within striking distance. DeAndre Hunter's best offensive night so far of the season. Atlanta wins by 11. The Wolves dropped to 3-9 on the season. Bucks also in action tonight, just getting underway from Brooklyn, taking on the new look Nets with James Harden. Be a good test for the Bucks to see where they match up with one of the best in the Eastern Conference. We'll have highlights of those tonight at 10. The Packers haven't been strangers to the Nfc Championship Game in recent years. Last season, losing to the 49ers in Santa Clara, losing to the Falcons back in Atlanta in 2016. Tony, Matt, cover your eyes. But now, for the first time in Aaron Rodgers' career, the NFC Championship Game is coming to Lambeau. It'll be Brady versus Rodgers this Sunday afternoon on what will be the semi-frozen tundra with forecasted temps in the 20s. Maybe one of the most impactful factors, small number of fans are going to be back in the stands like they were in the division round against the Rams.
It's amazing because when you look at the shots from up top, it does look pretty empty, but certainly from field level, it did not feel like that. It felt like the energy was definitely there. People were standing the whole game. It felt loud. So, you know, we're really excited that we had fans in the stands, and we need them to be as loud as they possibly can be again this weekend.
One of the most exciting teams in the National Hockey League back in action tonight. Yes, that's the Minnesota Wild, fresh off back-to-back come-from-behind wins thanks to rookie Kirill Kaprizov and others. Wild still out west taking on the Anaheim Ducks tonight. Highlights of those also tonight at 10. That's going to do it for sports. We'll have much more back here at 10. Kristen, Tony, I'll send things back to you.
Thanks, Ryan. Also coming up tonight on the CBS3 News at 10, with President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration just 2 days away, public safety is at the top of many minds across the nation and here in the Northland. Tonight we'll hear from officials in both Superior and Duluth on how they plan to keep citizens safe.
Well, before we go, here's a story that is sure to warm your heart.
Absolutely. A little boy who can't use his arms and legs due to his illness will now get the opportunity to play outdoors. Teddy Wallace has a condition that makes it difficult for him to use his arms and legs. The Wallace family received a grant through the Challenged Athletes Foundation, and they were surprised with a Grit wheelchair for Teddy. The Challenged Athletes Foundation helped nearly 4,000 people all over the world in 2020 with nearly $6 million worth of grants.
That sure does warm your heart. Dave, a lot of people will need a warm heart today because it's pretty cold out there.
Yeah, extra blanket night tonight, especially towards the Iron Ranges and up towards the Canadian border as well. Low temps there could dip towards 10 below, while the rest of us run about 0 to 8 above. Cooler than normal finally after a 2-week warm spell. Then Tuesday itself comes up at least partly sunny, high temp near 10 above. Folks in Wisconsin and Michigan may get some South Shore Lake effect snow, but partly sunny through Minnesota. Wednesday, we all get a 30% chance for a cloudier sky and some flurries. We briefly go back up towards 30 through Thursday, but then cool again to start the weekend.
See you at 10.